the men's long jump. We cannot wait for this to start. Emotional scenes all around the stadium. Hard to believe we're only coming up towards the end of day 2. Wang Jinan, world bronze on home territory in Beijing 4 years ago. Tobias Montler of Sweden. Huge reception for him. Won the Stockholm Diamond League on home turf in cold conditions. Tajay Gayle, Pan American silver this year, 8:32 at his very best. One of the best jumpers in the world this year, Shotaro Shiyama, the new Japanese record holder with 8:40. He's in big company here, and there are a lot of Japanese fans on that far side of the stadium. Here's the favourite, Juan Miguel Echevarria, world indoor champion last year. He's jumped a massive windy 8:83. Lausanne Diamond League winner, Zurich Diamond League winner. He's in pole position, you think. Yuki Yashikoi, Asian Games champion this year. Miltiadis Tentoglu, European indoor and outdoor and under-23 champion. What a find the 21-year-old is from Greece. The reigning Olympic champion. He's been slightly out of sorts this season, but Jeff Henderson can never be discounted. The defending champion, the Olympic silver medalist, Luvo Manyonga of South Africa. What a figurehead he is for athletics. He's turned his life around with long jumping. He's pumped and he's ready. Eusebio Caceres, 4th back in Moscow and 4th European indoors earlier this year. Can he change that number to a 3, 2 or 1? Rushwell Sami, the second of the two good friends from South Africa. Twice a Commonwealth bronze medalist. He was 3rd behind Luvo in London 2 years ago for the Rainbow Nation. And Stephen McCarter, 3rd in the NCAAs a couple of years ago indoors. 8:04 in qualifying. 8:25 is best, and he knows he'll need to produce something bigger than that to challenge the likes of Echevarria and Luvo Manyonga. Jinan Wang opens the long jump final. 4 years since that bronze on home soil. Asian Games champion last year. 8:47 is best. Well, it would have been over 8 meters, but it's the red flag, so a disappointing opening for him, but there's plenty of time to right the wrongs and get himself on the correct side of the plasticine.
Just 4 centimeters there over the board. Really, really fine margins of error at this level. All the athletes will have precise ways of measuring the runway. They normally have a little bit of sticky tape at the side to indicate that's their mark. So Wang will go back. He'll try and readjust it and go into his second attempt. So Montler had such a great season indoors on the European circuit this year. He had some great victories. So here he goes to get his World Championship final underway. White flag. That's what all these long jumpers always want on their first attempt. Just get one in, then you can work, you can progress. You don't want to be getting a foul on your first one. It puts a lot of pressure on yourself. 10 centimeters to spare. And really nice hang there. What a great visual. Of course, these long jumpers are measured from where the last body part reaches in the sand. His feet land first, his bottom usually the last thing. These jumpers try to propel their arms forwards. You don't want any hands behind your centre of gravity. That's where the mark's going to get taken from. Tajay Gayle enjoying his best season, the Jamaican. 8:32. He qualified 12th for this long jump final, despite having a PB in London, 8:32, just a couple of weeks ago. He finished 3rd in the Diamond League final in Zurich. So can he correct a few wrongs from last night in the qualification? If he can get out towards 8:32, he stands a chance.
Yes, he was living dangerously in qualification. Tajay Gayle, Pan American silver earlier this year. Wow, and watching for a white flag, and he gets one. That was a great start for the young 23-year-old Jamaican. He must have been pretty close to spot on with regards to the board. A little bit ragged in the air, more so than Montler. Oh, 2 centimetres. That was a superb jump. Do you know what? He might have done a PB there. That was massive. 8:46. Gayle with the biggest jump of his life on the biggest occasion of his career.
Wow, this long jump competition has started. That's the furthest that we've seen so far. Yes, early days, but Echevarria went out to 8:40 with his first jump yesterday. Looked great, but everybody else struggled. This just shows you what a difference a day can make. Tajay Gayle only qualified for this final by the scruff of his neck in 12th place, and 8:42. He stands a chance already of being on that podium with that first jump. Over to the Japanese athlete, Shiramoy. He's a national record holder and actually 3rd on the world list this year with 8:40. He'll have gone down 1 position already after Tajay Gayle has gone out to that 8:42.
Yeah, he jumped that massive 8:40 this season to propel himself up to 3rd on the world leaderboard. Well, we've seen a moment of brilliance from Gayle. Can we see another one now from Echevarria? Just watching for the flag. It's a much better performance than he produced yesterday in qualification. He came through 7th in Pool B with 7:89. Wow, even closer. Gayle was 2.1 centimetres. That's 1.2. Can't do any better than that. That's phenomenal. Twisting and leaning towards the right, so unable to stay central. And you can see there, he's come down just shy of 8 metres, his back just nudging the sand. I can't get over that. 8:46 from Tajay Gayle. It's a massive PB by 14 centimetres.
Yeah, he's done it when he needs to do it as well, and he's already really improved this year before that. Oh, here we go. This is the competitor we're really looking forward to watching. Echevarria. He had 1 attempt yesterday. That's all he needed. 8:40. What can he do today in this final?
The world indoor champion. A young man of mercurial ability. When he gets it right, he flies. Oh, yes. It's another solid start from Echevarria. You can tell by the way he moves into that run-up. There is so much more in the locker. He's searching for the big one. Miles behind the board, giving away over 20 centimetres. He's such an incredible talent. He'd been struggling to get above a wind-legal 8:30s, 8:40s, and then jumped to a massive 8:65. Coming up there, his first jump, 8:25. There's so much more where that came from, but it all needs to click at the right time.
It does. It's all about rhythm. It's all about being fluid on the runway. He had 20 centimetres to spare there, but he didn't quite finish. He didn't quite complete his leg shoot. His legs almost, came under him before he managed to keep the momentum going. So let's see what he can do in the further rounds.
Yuki Hashioka, World Student Games champion, Asian champion this year. one of the two talented Japanese athletes. Shirayama, his compatriot, 777 with his first round jump. Let's see if his younger teammate can go better here. 8:32 this season, so he's no mug. Oh, this is going to be a really good quality competition, you can tell. Really nice atmosphere over there on the back straight. It helps that the favourite Echevarria has been firing up the crowd, asking them to get involved. I think they're going to see a really intriguing final. Okay, he wins the competition, 0.6 of a centimetre. That's just showing off. This is going to be a really entertaining final, and we've still yet to see Manyonga, the defending champion.
Of course, it's really interesting. A lot of these guys are very, very precise on the board this evening. We saw a lot of competitors. I mean, we even saw Henderson half a metre out last night, and I think that's why the distances weren't as far as what we would expect. But it looks like a lot of them have got their eye in now. They've already experienced this once, they've felt this runway, they've made the corrections, and they've all come here this evening ready.
I like this guy, Miltiadis Tentoglu, the 21-year-old Greek. He's another 8:32 man at his very best, and he so often gets it right when it counts. A whole host of European medals. Here's his chance to shine on the global stage. Doesn't like it. By the way, if you're watching our coverage live, we really appreciate your company. Perhaps you'll stay up or delay going to work, whichever your time zone is around the world. Not only are we going to bring you the climax of this men's long jump, we've got an incredible women's 10,000 metres coming. Two of the year's outstanding athletes, the expatriated Ethiopian Sifan Hassan going in the 10,000 against Helena Biri, Tentoglu 777. And we round off the evening with the men's 100-metre final, where there could be a slice of American glory in Christian Coleman. Well, Jeff Henderson knows what it takes to produce glory for America, as he did in Rio in the Olympic Games 3 years ago, but he looked a little out of sorts in qualifying for this one and was outside the traditional automatic spots for the American team. Can he put his season back together at just the right time?
Yeah, it's taken a few moments to compose himself, isn't he? 8:12 last night in qualification. He'll need a lot further than this evening to be in contention on that podium.
That's good. He likes it. You cannot rule out a man who has climbed to the very top of the mountain. Whatever his season's best is, Henderson knows he has what it takes to deliver on the big occasion. A little bit of a wobble from the board there as he put his foot down, waiting for that to come up. Remember, Tajay Gayle leads with that massive PB of 8:46. Henderson knew straight away that was a great jump. Still waiting for this mark to come up. Luvo Manyonga gets himself ready for the runway. 8:28, by the way, for Jeff Henderson. He's moved into second place. This is a man who was 5% from death. He got himself into addiction problems, having come through as a youngster and finished 5th in the Daegu World Championships. Long jump literally saved his life. Olympic silver medalist, world champion in London. A prouder, more passionate man you will not meet. And that's a good start from Manyonga in his quest for back-to-back world titles. He has one of the most captivating, enthralling stories of any athlete I've come across in the last 10 years, and I'd love to see a film made about his life.
Yeah, he's one of the favourite athletes on the circuit as well. He just chats to everybody, no airs, no graces, and a lot of the athletes have really liked to see, you know, his raise back to the top of the sport. I think it just takes a jump like that, 8:16, just to settle the nerves, you know, the competition started now.
Yeah.
People's nerves will just have, you know, vanished, and they'll be making all the technical adjustments. If you can actually focus on the process, you know, what do you need to do, rather than getting emotional and thinking about the result, that's the best way for athletes to discover their best form.
Well, Manyonga is a great champion. Dan O'Brien is a great champion. And he has found a man who knows a thing or two about long jump. He happens to still be the world record holder from Tokyo 91, Mike Powell.
All right, guys, I'm here with Mike Powell, the world record holder. Mike, you look a little bit uncomfortable watching this competition.
Well, you know, anytime anybody jumps 850 or 860, that's too far anyway. So when the guy from Jamaican went 846, I'm like, oh my God, what's Echevarria going to do? So, I mean, he jumped 825 behind the board, so I think he's good for 870.
Well, Mike, I was there the night you won the World Championships, and you broke the world record. It's been a long time since then. You know, how does it feel to own the world record for that long, first of all?
I'm surprised, you know, 'cause I didn't think it would last 20 minutes, let alone last 28 years. I just feel really blessed to have it, man. I mean, I know that it's going to go at some point, but I still don't want it to go.
Well, I think a lot of people are here tonight thinking that Echevarria is probably the man with the best shot. You know, what is so impressive about him? What does he do well that could challenge the world record?
Well, you know, in the long jump, it's speed times height equals distance. He's running with his hips really high. He's tall already. He's taller than me. He's got pretty good speed, but he needs more speed. But he sets up the jump to go out there. Everybody else is jumping like for 840. He's jumping for 870. He's jumping out there, so it's scary.
And also a little piece of history, the man that coached you to the world record is sitting right in front of you. Now he's coaching for China, Randy Huntington.
Right.
How does it feel to reunite with him?
Well, I mean, to me, Randy is the best coach in the world, you know, so I'm not surprised he has success wherever he goes.
Yeah, we saw some great long jumping from the Chinese yesterday, and some great sprinting as well. So we see you at every world championship. It's an honor to run into you again. I know we're not very far away in the States, but we don't get a chance to see each other. What are you doing now?
I'm coaching, and I'm trying to stay in shape so I can like show my athletes what to do. You know, so I'm out there having fun, enjoying, just passing on the knowledge I have. And, you know, catch on the good times. Like the night that I broke the world record, you won the gold medal in the decathlon, too. So it was a great night for all of us. I remember back in drug testing, we had a good time.
All right, Mike, thank you. And I'll keep my fingers crossed along with you.
Thank you, brother. All right, Dan.
Great to hear from the reigning world record holder, still with that incredible mark of 895. One of the all-time head-to-head battles, track or field, Powell against Carl Lewis in Tokyo. Sami, 8'11". I've just been checking the history books, by the way. No Jamaican male has ever won this title. The last time they got a medal was James Beckford, getting a silver 16 years ago in Paris. So there's a piece of history on the line for Tajay Gayle. Long way to go, but 846 is a mighty, mighty jump.
Yeah, it gives him a chance, doesn't it? Oh, McCarter. He did not land great there. Looks like he's okay. He's got himself up. He veered off to the left-hand section there. Such a powerfully built athlete. Long jumpers come in all different shapes and sizes. Yeah, 5-6 centimeters over the board there. He makes an indent in the plasticine. And he just lands really awkwardly, doesn't he? Over the left-hand side. But fortunately, he's got up. He's fine. He's got 2 more guaranteed attempts. Very much like the women's hammer throw. All 12 competitors guaranteed 3 attempts. And then the last 8 competitors will have a further 3 to sort out the medal positions. So we're back with Yang. This is his second attempt. A foul in the first. A little bit of pressure. He'll need to get a jump in at this stage. You can actually hear, couldn't you, the speed on the runway there, and he's got a white flag. That'll be such a relief to him. So it's a valid jump, but just what is the distance? Oh, he's still got some room to find on the board. He's gone from one extreme to the other. It was a foul. It was over the plasticine in the first round. He's made some adjustments. Maybe he's just made too much of an adjustment. That was probably a safe jump, but obviously not got the distance that he could have because of that. 7.89, 7th position so far. Tobias Montler from Sweden. This is his second attempt. 7.88 for his first attempt. He's gone out to a new personal best this season, 8.22. Something around about that will be fantastic for him right now to guarantee him 6 jumps. He's having a look, yeah, red flag. They're removing the board. They'll roll over the plasticine. You can just see the indent there by his right spike. Oh, it was close, wasn't it? But he's got one in on the first round. He is in 8th position. Obviously a few more competitors to go, 10 more competitors to go in this second round. So he's going to have to really bring it in round 3 now. This is the Japanese athletes. 2 of the Japanese athletes have made the final. 3 great young athletes driving the standard forward in Japan. This is Shiramana. He's a national record holder. Went out to 8.40 meters earlier this season. He got one in the first round, 7.77, 10th position. He needs more in the second round. Yeah, that was rather flat, wasn't it? He's got a white flag, but he didn't quite get the height. Certainly didn't get the height that Tajay Gayle got off the board. Speed, obviously very important on the runway. The more speed, the more momentum you have, but of course you've got to be able to control that as well. So Echevarria, 8.25 first jump. And there's Mike Powell. He's sat next to Gail Divas, actually. Everyone in the stadium really wants Echevarria to go out to a huge distance. Maybe Mike Powell's the exception. What an extremely talented young man this guy is. And he's off. Second attempt. Well, the first thing we always look for is the flag, the colour of the flag. It's a white one. It's a valid jump. But he was just lacking a little bit of smoothness and flow, and you can actually see that he's looking over at the board. He's searching for this a little bit too much, perhaps. Maybe the magnitude of it being a World Championship final. Look, he's actually looking over to the board. Where am I going to land? Am I closer to 8 than 9? And I think sometimes when an athlete really tries a little bit too hard, the distance just doesn't come. He doesn't look as fluent, he doesn't look as relaxed as he was yesterday. 8.14. He made the 8.40 look effortless. So just getting a little bit of feedback there from his coach. He is the favourite to win this title. If he does, he will become the first Cuban world long jump champion since the 4-time gold medalist Ivan Pedroso, when he reigned supreme 95 to 2001. Is this his evening? Well, there's 12 guys in this final, of course. Each and every one of them, they will have their own story that they've been dreaming of for a number of years. These championships, they only happen every 2 years. This is Hashikito, the world junior champion. 8:32 personal best this season. Really interesting to see the different styles and techniques of these jumpers. White flag, fantastic. He almost windmills with his legs, quite fast on the runway. He really builds momentum and speed the last couple of steps up to the takeoff board.
Juan Miguel Echevarria. He knows he's capable of producing something very, very big here. Here we go, this is live. Well, he's warming up, isn't he? He is warming up. But that 8:46 from Gayle is starting to look very, very good.
Yeah, it is. He looked very smooth last night with that 8:40. I bet at this moment in time he was hoping that was the final last night. Hard to recover as well, you know, for a lot of these athletes with the qualification rounds. Sometimes it's a late evening, you've got to go back, you've got to cool down, you've got to recover, maybe get a little bit of therapy, but he does improve it. He goes out to 8:34, is in second position, just 12 centimetres behind Gayle now. Henderson, he's just been very reflective, hasn't he, on the runway. Taking a moment to think about the process, what he wants to do. He'll be running some things through his head, his own little traits, his own little things that work for him. He'll practice these sorts of things in training, but it's quite a different thing to do it in an environment like this, World Championships. But here he goes, attempt number 3. Oh, and that was a good one, he liked that. He had so much momentum that he almost forgot to land and he just ran out of the pit. This will be interesting. 8:28 on his first attempt. He's got no problems trying to find the board this evening. 51 centimetres behind the board on one of his jumps last night. He could only go out to 8:12. And that's 8:39. That moves him into second position and ahead of Echevarria. 4th round. Oh my goodness! Wow, what has Tajay Gayle jumped out to there? That was massive! Oh, the accuracy on the board. We heard from Mike Powell, didn't we? It's not world record figures, but it's up there. He'll be on the edge of his seat for sure. Just waiting for that distance to come up, and it's 8:69. This young athlete is having the championship of his life.
Here's the reaction of the reigning world record holder. He loved it. And by the way, Tajay Gayle goes 10th on the all-time list with 8:69. He's into the top 10 best jumps ever seen anywhere in the world.
Well, I made a note before the start of this championship saying he's enjoying the best season of his career. Well, it's gone on tenfold since I wrote that down next to my notes. And America, the US, have won 8 out of the past 16 golds at this competition. They're going to have to really do something special to overtake Gayle. What a long jump competition this is. Mike Powell, world record holder, 8:95, talking it through with Gayle Divas, multiple world and Olympic champion over the sprint hurdles from the US. And Echevarria, this is his 5th attempt. He's in 3rd position currently. Not managed to reproduce that effortless looking 8:40 from the qualification last night. The pressure's on. And again, his foot just seems to be landing under himself. He's not able to finish that complete leg cycle and that leg shoot that we saw him do last night, and on a lot of times when he's had those further jumps, you can actually just see his legs bent and it's still underneath him and still losing quite a lot of distance. You can't afford to give 19 centimeters away in a World Championship final. So he is still in a podium position, but he won't want the bronze. Henderson actually 1 centimeter improvement on his season's best. He looked in good shape. He did that early season and just hasn't managed to replicate that so far until this evening. So here we are. He's asking the crowd to get behind him. This is the first time he's done this so far. Hasn't asked the crowd to do that in his first 4 jumps. Only went out to 7:03 on his 4th one. He's hoping to find something a little bit extra, asking the crowd to will him on. So fast on the runway. He's got that white flag. Looked a pretty similar distance to what he's already done. Really difficult for these athletes now to try and get out towards 8.70 meters that it's going to take to achieve that gold medal distance. So 8:13, 8:39 in his 3rd round remains his best. Yeah, he's saying he felt something, getting a little bit of feedback from his technical team up there. Maybe they could see something technical that he couldn't see or feel, but he said he felt it. He agrees with whatever the advice is. One more chance for him. Well, this is the Japanese competitor, Hashikito. He's in 8th position currently, a couple of centimeters shy of 8 meters. He's not managed to reproduce his national record distance of 8:40 thus far. Of course, it's a great time for Japanese competitors to be in the shape of their life with the Tokyo Home Olympic Games just 10 months or so away now. Each of these competitors are given 60 seconds on the runway, in which time they have to start their jump. A lot of them go through their own process. Just taking a little bit longer than the other competitors. So this is his last attempt. He needs to improve on 7.97 to work his way up the field. He's guaranteed an 8th place finish. That looked good. He's not going to challenge for a medal, but can he get over 8 meters? We'll look at it again. Oh, he's got about 15 centimeters there. And I believe Dan O'Brien has got a real great view of this competition. Dan, if you can hear me, what's the feeling? What's the atmosphere down there with just 7 jumps to go?
You know, it's been really interesting down here. Everybody got so excited in those first couple of rounds, and then everything kind of went quiet. The jumps weren't quite as far, but Tajay Gayle, he blasts one, and everybody stood back up. It's so much pressure right now on Echevarria. You can see it in his face, you can see it in his mannerism. I don't think he expected to be this far back and having to work this hard. You can see him even pressing on the long jump, but the crowd is up. They're definitely putting the clap together for each and every one of these athletes. It's going to be an interesting last round for those leaders.
Well, we can sense the atmosphere. Asiris, he fouls on his last attempt. So that'll be a 7th place finish for the Spaniard. Top 8 at a World Championships is no easy feat. And yeah, 10 centimeters or so over the board, just trying to reach a little bit for it.
Johan Blake making his way under the tunnel towards the stadium, towards the call room, and he hopes towards another major global medal. He won this title in 2011.
Well, as Dan O'Brien said, the crowd are really getting behind these jumpers now. Wang is asking for a little bit of help also from the crowd. Had a couple of fouls in this competition. So what can he produce on his 6th and final attempt? Well, he had a look. He's interested in the distance. Did shake his head, acknowledges the crowd, thanks them for their support. Got quite a lot of height off the ground, but doesn't quite have the speed of some of his other competitors. Well, he improves. 8 meters 20. Saved his best from last. 8 meters 20 will move him up a position. He goes ahead of Mangongo, who's the next competitor on the runway. He takes a breath. He asks the crowd to give him some help, give him some support. He finds himself in 6th position. Only managed to get out to 8:18 this evening. And here he goes. Well, it's a valid jump. He has gone out to 8:37 this year, not at his best. His best is 8:65, which still wouldn't be enough to win this. Tajay Gayle has absolutely brought it to all the competitors here this evening, and we talk about Mangongo. And Gayle has now jumped in excess of his career best. But Mangongo has pulled out an evening's best at 8:28. Overtakes Wang again, and Samurai in the process. 4th position so far with Samurai to go. Well, the 2nd South African competitor, they're currently in 4th and 5th positions. They will finish 4th and 5th if it remains like this. See the Jamaican flag there. They're going to be interested in the 100-meter final soon, but they're actually wondering whether they can have their first gold medalist of this championships in a few moments' time, Tajay Gayle. Well, Rushwell Samai. He got a white flag. He takes the bow. And you can just see him, can't you? He's searching for the board. He had a quick look down at this stage of the competition. I mean, that was pretty accurate, just giving away 4 centimeters. His competition's over. That was 8:06. A couple of fouls maybe cost him. He's going to finish in 5th position. Echevarria then. Many people tipped him as the favourite for this competition. What can he do? Oh, and it was a no jump. He just searched too much for him. He had to produce something special. There was no point holding back. It would have actually took him a personal best to win this. He's gone out to some phenomenal distances, but they've been wind aided in the past. 8.68 within the legal limits. And Gayle has gone 1 centimetre in excess of that here this evening. He shakes his head. He'll be collecting a bronze medal. He takes the Cuban flag. He speaks to his teammates, his support team. He didn't come for the bronze medal, but a world medal any colour is a fantastic achievement. So Jeff Henderson, really been struggling for form since some good early season form. Once again, he's showing that he's a great competitor. He was surprised to win that Rio Olympic Games, only 5th in the US Championships. Oh, and the height and the trajectory that he manages to get off that takeoff board. It's a white flag. 8.39, of course, came in the 3rd round. That's the distance that's got him in that silver medal winning position. It will be the silver that he collects this evening. 8.17. And confirmation, Tajay Gayle is the world IAAF long jump champion. Just wondering whether he's going to take that jump or not. He may well have decided. It looks like, you know, he's got the t-shirt on. He's got the Jamaican flag draped around his shoulders already, and the celebrations have started. Too much sometimes for a competitor when they've just had the competition of their life to be able to come out and collect themselves to do that. And how nice is that? Echevarria, he'll be really disappointed, but he's trying not to dampen the spirits of this young man. Tajay Gayle, I wonder, a couple of hours ago, Rob, if someone would tell him he'd produce several personal bests and he'd go out all the way to 8.69, what do you think he would think? Well, in fact, Rob, I'll hold back on that. Dan, I believe that you're still there. What are your thoughts? Take us through it. What's happening down there? We all want to be there, but Dan O'Brien, you're the one who's there. Tell us how it is.
Well, guys, it's interesting. The athletes, as they finish their final jump, they go talk to their coaches. Echevarria, he's a little bit disappointed. He's a little bit disappointed. He has to be happy with the world medal. At this point, this is an upset.
Well, we lost Dan O'Brien there. It certainly is an upset. 8.69, by the way. He's into 10th position on the world's all-time list. And let me just remind you, James Beckford got a silver medal twice for Jamaica. No Jamaican man, until this day, until this hour, has ever won the men's long jump title. And Gayle has smashed his personal best. He has taken a spectacular leap into the unknown, and it has delivered Jamaica a gold medal they will remember, but probably didn't expect.
Yeah, he's added a massive 35 centimetres in this competition alone to his personal best. And these are really nice scenes as well. Echevarria is thanking the crowd. He will have that personal disappointment, of course, but he doesn't want to take it away from Tajay Gayle. Jeff Henderson, what can we say about this guy other than he's a competitor? He brings it when he needs it. Only 8.12 in qualifying last night. Couldn't go out to that 8.15 automatic qualification. In fact, a lot of the guys struggled last night. Most of them were in excess of that this evening. And that's a Jamaican medal, particularly the gold medal, that I don't think the team were expecting.
An amazing race in prospect in the men's 100 metres. 10 minutes to go. Well, we've seen some real history on the track and in the field. Echevarria will bounce back. 8:34 in the third round. Good enough for the bronze medal. He will have his day to shine. Of that we can be sure. He's on the podium this time. And Luvo Manyonga in the background. What a gracious way to bow out as champion. What is it that Rudyard Kipling says? If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters all the same. Here's a recap on how an extraordinary night of drama for the Jamaicans unfolded in the men's long jump final.
And the men's long jump results, here we go. Tajay Gayle, world lead, 8:69 from Jeff Henderson from the USA, season's best, 8:39 with the silver medal, and the Cuban Echevarria, 8:34 for the bronze. A couple of season's bests, Samai from South Africa, 8:23, and Wang from China in sixth position, 8:20.